Well, folks, it's Christmas time here at Hannah Bananas, and it's nothing better than to hear Hannah sing about it herself.
Thank you, Billy Bob. When the soft snow is falling and each roof becomes a dome, you can hear your heart calling. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. This much you must believe. There's no place like home, especially Christmas Eve. There's no place like home. I hear you softly say, there's no place like home, especially Christmas Day.
Well, that was real pretty, Hanny.
Thank you, Billy Bob.
You know, you sing like a nightingale.
You're so sweet.
Yeah, I hardly ever met anybody like you back home in Tennessee.
But no, I imagine you didn't, did you?
No, but you know what you make me think of is that Christmas here in England is probably a lot like we have it back home in Tennessee.
You know what, it probably is, come to think of it.
I love it because Santa brings me presents.
Well, Father Christmas is very generous.
Hey, I like presents too, if anyone cares.
Oh, hey, Looney Bird.
Hello?
We're talking about Christmas here and, what it's like. We're telling Hannah about Christmas back home in Tennessee.
Yes.
And I was wondering if you have anything to add.
Yeah, I like presents.
But you already said that, Looney Bird.
Yeah, that's not an additional thing.
That's not new information,
No,
really.
we want something new.
Okay. Santa Claus comes down the chimney and brings me presents.
Oh, good. That's good. That's
a little addition to the presents. At least he brought in something new.
Yeah, at least he talked about the chimney.
I have a question. Do you think that Looney Bird hangs little stockings in his nest?
I do have stockings in my barrel here. I've got 3 stockings. One for me, and one for me.
Looney, but that's not allowed. You can't trick Santa Claus or Father Christmas. It doesn't work like that.
It works. Trust me, I've done it every year.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I never did tell Looney Bird he's not supposed to put up 3 stockings. He does every year.
But they get filled. How wonderful.
Yeah, and let's see. So what we do is we put up stockings.
Okay.
And we get presents in our stockings.
Ooh, do you have Christmas trees?
We got Christmas trees. Y'all got Christmas trees?
Of course we have Christmas trees.
Oh, good. I was worried about that.
What about cookies, Looney Bird? I'm sure that got to get you excited.
Yeah, I love cookies. I love eating all the cookies. When Billy Bob puts cookies out for Santa, I eat them.
Looney Bird?
Yeah, you eat them. I thought Santa ate the cookies and the milk. And you drink the milk, too?
Of course I do.
That's ghastly.
I can't believe Santa brings us anything if we don't leave the cookies and the milk out. I guess Santa's kind of gives us some leeway.
Well, he's very jolly
He cuts
and
us some
very
slack.
generous. Yes.
Yeah.
I love decorating Christmas cookies.
Decorating cookies. Oh, my goodness. I love the cookies.
That's one of my favorite things to do. Of course, there was one year where my mom didn't buy quite enough sprinkles, and it was kind of a bit of a show when we ran out. I wasn't very happy. Of course, I was young at the time, so,
You had bear cookies?
We did, and it wasn't very fun, I'm not going to lie. I mean, you had the icing and everything, but when you don't have, the little sprinkles, it's not really the whole cookie. You don't get the whole experience of the cookie.
Well, but I like bear cookies. Get it? Bear cookies?
Sometimes your jokes, Billy Bob, just go right over my head. I apologize.
I don't get it.
Because he's a bear, Looney Bird. Come on, he's always making silly jokes like this.
I have to explain stuff to Looney Bird later.
Oh, you too.
Okay, I got something to add about Christmas.
Okay.
One of my favorite things about Christmas is how Santa Claus flies in the air at night on Christmas Eve and lands on our roof.
Yes, it's very magical, isn't it?
It's magical because he has a sleigh that's being pulled by these flying reindeer.
Yes, I've heard of the reindeer.
It's so much fun because he's flying around the world, stopping at every home. He lands on the roof for the kids, and he gets down the chimney, and he gives them all presents. He does it all in one night.
Oh, it must be so much fun. I remember when I went sleigh riding once.
I'm having a problem with this.
Why, Looney Bird?
How does Santa get to all the houses in one night?
Because he's Santa.
Looney Bird, why don't you just hush there and let's find out. What happened? You went sleigh riding?
I went sleigh riding, yes, and it's quite fun. Of course, we didn't have any reindeer or anything, and I actually kind of ran into a tree at the end of it all, at the bottom of the hill. It was very unpleasant.
That's your Christmas story?
Well, it's not my one
You
Christmas
went sleigh
story.
riding and ran into a tree?
It's one of my many
Did you hear that,
delightful
Looney Bird? Hannah
Christmas...
Banana ran into the tree.
Billy Bob, you can't tell me you've never run into a tree. I think I've heard of what occasional two you have.
I run into trees all the time.
And you're not even on a sleigh ride, so what's your excuse?
It's been a tough decade.
I think there might be quite a lovely little song, actually, about reindeers.
I ain't been the same
Rudolph.
since I got fired from Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, that's rough. I think that might be a bit of a sore subject.
Yeah, kind of like when I run into a tree. When riding along in a sleigh, I run into a tree.
It's a hard time,
That's
either
a sore
way.
subject.
Indeed. Your little jokes, Billy Bob, I love them.
Wait, so reindeer can really fly?
Yeah, and one of them's got a bright red nose.
Yes, he's terribly famous.
Yeah, and he's big and fat and he wears a hat. No, wait a minute, that's Santa Claus.
You're getting your Christmas characters mixed up.
Yeah,
Rudolph!
that's right, it's Rudolph.
That's right, that sounds right. It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Right. Here we go, Hannah. Let's tell them about Rudolph.
Yeah, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Run, run, Rudolph, Santa gotta make it to town.
Santa, make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, run, Rudolph, 'cause I'm breathing like a merry-go-round. Said Santa to the boy child, what have you been longing for?
Said all I want for Christmas is a rock and roll electric guitar.
And then away went Rudolph, whizzing like a shooting star.
Run, run, Rudolph, Santa gotta make it to town.
Santa, make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down.
Run, run, Rudolph, 'cause I'm breathing like a merry-go-round.
It's your solo, Billy Bob, rock out.
Run, run, Rudolph, Santa's gotta make it to town.
I said Santa, make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down.